Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Folktown. How you doing, Folktowners, Folktownettes, Folktowneers, Folktownsfolk? My name is Tobias Panwitz, and I'm very happy to be back here again in my little Folktown room to welcome you all from wherever you're tuning in to yet another Folktown episode. It's the last Monday of the month. And, there couldn't be a better day for this because no one has plans on Monday evening, especially not the last Monday of the month, for whatever reason. I'm very happy you guys are here. Hello, Linda. Linda was the first. Jill, Frank, gut, dass du wieder dabei bist. Marion, Rick is here. Elizabeth from beautiful Maryland. And Maureen from the UK. The Rough and Tumble, very good to see you guys. It's good to have you on the show again this time. Dagmar, hey Dagmar, schön, dass du dabei bist. Jeffrey from California, Visalia, that's a very un-Californian name. It doesn't sound very Spanish, Jeffrey. Good to see you here. Alexander is here. Hey Alexander, gut, dass du da bist. Monika ist da. Hallo Monika. Bernd, Graham, man, I messed up. Well, I'll explain that later. Linda, yeah, thank you very much. I'm feeling a little better. As you can hear, I'm talking. Still a little careful with the talking and especially with the singing. I'm not singing right now. Some may look forward to me not singing, but I have a little substitute. There's no live song in the beginning today, but yeah, the most important thing is that you guys are here and we're celebrating today songs of peace and war. And I made a point out of not calling it War and Peace because that title is already taken. But it's songs of peace and war in this time where this horrible war in the Ukraine is still raging. And there's I have this feeling, and I know many people and friends I know have this feeling too. There's not much we can do about this, but discuss the whole issue, disagree about it, and the worst thing or worst feeling I get out of this personally, because luckily I'm not directly affected by this war, but even the people around me, when we're talking about this, there's disagreement, there's different views on it. And there's, there's sort of war starting between people, even just talking about this issue. And that to me is really, that is a horrible aspect about it to me, that we can't even peacefully talk about this issue. So for me, it's a very good thing, and it's very important that we get together here to agree on this one thing, and that is that we obviously prefer peace over war. And we get together in this spirit, celebrating beautiful music by great artists. And it's a special episode. Tonight we're not celebrating one particular artist or music legend, but it's, like I said, songs of war and peace and war. So there are some original songs, which is very exciting, very cool. We have some song premieres even today. And there's, of course, some songs, interpretations of well-known songs of this topic, lesser-known songs of this topic. So it's very interesting today. But it's still, we're getting together sort of around this digital campfire here, in the spirit of peace and war, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I am psyched that all of you guys are here. Very, very nice. And first off, I have to apologize to my friends in the UK, maybe some of the other friends as well, but I gave out some misinformation because I was saying Germany changes the clocks next week, but it did this weekend, and I'm just messed up about this, My telephone tells the right time, but I'm not even sure how it does that. I didn't change this. So the clock change always messes me up. And if I was president, there's many things I would change, obviously, but one of them would be no more daylight saving time. Just leave us one time. The world is confusing enough. Let's not change the time twice a year. It's the wrong thing to do, I believe. I hope this doesn't spark a violent discussion here, but I don't know anyone who is in favor of daylight saving time. So if you are, let us know in the comments and let's discuss about it, but in a civilized way, please. All right, guys, I think USA is stopping the time change. Go USA. I've always been a big fan of America. I love the US. Not in every aspect, of course, but mainly I'm just very grateful to that country. And if the US is stopping time change, more power to you guys. All right. The Rough and Tumble is saying, we're with you on that, Tobias. Something we all can get behind. No more time change. Let's start a petition. All right. But someone else please do it. I'm too busy doing this show. So anyways, today, last month we had a special episode. The Johnny Cash show was also a fundraiser for collecting donations for the Red Cross and their work in the Ukraine. And I would just like to repeat again something that still amazes me. We together collected 1,021 euros, so more than 1,000 euros went to the Red Cross and their work in the Ukraine, and I thought that was amazing. And thank you so much to everyone who contributed to this. Thanks to all the artists who played last time, and to every one of you who contributed to those donations. It's amazing. So this time we will not make a fundraiser, but if you would still like to donate money to organizations that do great work in the Ukraine, you can do so, of course, you know, in ever which way you would like. But I also put links to 3 of the major organizations in the post of this video. There's Airbnb, they are helping finding accommodation and places to stay for refugees. There's the Red Cross again, and there's UNICEF. If you would like to leave a donation via any of these organizations or any other organization, the links are in the post description of this video, as are also the links again for all the artists. And speaking of artists, I think we should start with some music. And usually I would play a song now, but I'm still a little bit in the throes of laryngitis, I think it's called in English, Kehlkopfentzündung, so that's something not to joke about. And I mean, you can joke about it. I won't punch you in the face if you joke about it. But it's something not to be taken lightly, so I'm not going to sing today, and I'm talking a little bit more quiet. But I would like to play you a song that I would have played if I could sing now. It's a song that I wrote about the father of my mother. It's called My Mother's Father. And my mother's father was someone who fought in the German army during the Second World War. And he stayed in the war, as we say. He did not return from the war. He was lost in the war. And he was a member of the Nazi party. And that's something, you know, emotionally that's a little difficult to reconcile, because it's your family and it's also something that you totally oppose. And it's not, in the song I'm trying to find a balance between the 2 emotional aspects. So obviously something that has to do with the war as well. And this song's called My Mother's Father, and it goes like this.
I never knew my mother's father. He never was that person to me. He never came to see his daughter. Remained in Italy gave me his own reasons. He never told me stories from before, never condemned the times we live in. He was lost in the war, and he never held my hand and talked to me as we'd walk across the land. Grandfather and me, my granddad and me. What would I give for you to tell me why you joined the madness of your day? And had I done it any different? Does it run through my veins? Man, you're just a photograph, a young man looking kinda old, a pilot in a uniform, doing what he's told. And despite of everything I know, I just can't let it go. I can't let you go. Bury them deep in our family gardens, alongside our love. I'm running down this Pan-American highway. I'm gonna go as far as I can get, trying to find a place far enough. I haven't found it yet. I haven't found it yet.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all the nice comments. Yeah, I do like that song too. There's been lots of tips here about my throat condition. That's very lovely of you guys. Something called manuka has been mentioned several times. I will check that out. All right. By the way, yeah, there was some tip about drinking honey. I'm doing that, of course. Tea with honey is something that's always on the top of my list. Actually, I never eat honey. I only eat it or drink it when I'm sick. So that's a little side information that probably is not interesting for anyone, but I gave it to you anyway. So, let's start with the show proper. We have lots of great contributions today, and I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is not going to be the last Folktown special themed show, but let's get to it. We're starting out with someone from the US, but he's living in Berlin. It's Mr. ERIK Penny. And Folktown regular viewers know him, of course, and he has a really cool song that fits the theme. Here's ERIK.
Hi there, everybody. I'm sitting in my children's bedroom. We're moving out of this apartment after almost 14 years being here, and this is what the wall looks like, where my daughter practices her art. And I couldn't help but notice that this shape is reminiscent of the piece Dove, which is fairly appropriate. And I got to thinking about where we are here in this room, in this house, in this city, in this country where we're pretty safe. And just not too far to the east of us, people just like us are getting forced out of their homes, bombed out of their homes, killed, displaced, lives completely ruined, even if they survive. Can you imagine just leaving, having to leave everything just so you don't die? Or even worse, being forced to stay behind and send your family off, hopefully somewhere safe, and you having to stay behind and defend your city and kill people, kill or be killed. I can't really imagine it. Most of us can't, thank God. So I wanted to play this song written by Nick Lowe and made famous by Elvis Costello. I'm just going to play it straight because of the glasses, I guess, and the fact that I play guitar. I, over the years, have had lots of comparisons to Elvis Costello, which is very flattering, but really my music is nothing like his, and he's quite an amazing, immense talent, so very, very honored by those comparisons. Maybe I should have put on a tie, but instead I'm just wearing a crappy t-shirt because I'm moving shit all around my house. Anyway, peace, love, and understanding. As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. And where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is that harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel like this Peace and love to you all, and a little understanding while we're at it.
Wasn't that awesome? Did I promise too much? This show has some really, really great stuff. Thanks so much, Erik. That was fantastic. I was sitting like this all the time. And I think a couple of you guys as well. All right, that was Erik Penny. If you want to find out more about him, check him out on Facebook while you're watching this thing on Facebook here. Why not? All the names of the participants are in the post description. So if you want to follow up anyone, if you want to support anyone, there's also support links and links to the websites. You can always do that as usual. And that was Erik Penny. Yes, citizen of my beautiful city, Berlin. All right, on we go with another international Berliner. He's actually almost my neighbor. His name is Matthew James White, and he comes originally from New Zealand, but he's made Berlin and Germany his home for many years now. I'm very happy to know him, and he's in the chat somewhere. Matthew, I've seen you. Hope you're still here. He's playing a song that all of you guys know as well, and it's been a long time I heard this song. It's good to hear it from Matthew because he always puts his own spin on the songs he plays. Here's Matthew James White.
Hey, great to be part of another Folktown live stream. Pre-recorded live stream. Today I'm recording this as the sunshine is pouring into my window here in Berlin today. Beautiful day. And here's a song that is another song that I used to play at parties out in the countryside in New Zealand. It's almost becoming a tradition now that I play these really old songs that I used to play when I was a teenager. But the cool thing is about these live streams is that I'm finally learning the lyrics properly to these songs. So here's one of my all-time favorites. Hope you enjoy it. Old pirates, yes, they robbed by, sold out to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I ever had. It's redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs. emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs, redemption songs, songs of freedom, songs of freedom.
Thanks so much, Matt. That was beautiful. I love that song. It's one of these songs that, I don't know, there's some of the big hits that are good songs, but you get tired of them if you hear them too often. But this song, for me, somehow, I can always listen to it. That was a brilliant version. Thanks, man. I hope the toilet is clean now. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Matthew just mentioned in the chat he's watching this show while he's cleaning the toilet. And Bernd very wisely commented, someone's got to do it, man. So I'm sure that Christine appreciates it. And when I come by next time, I want this thing to be clean. So get in there, Matt. All right, that was beautiful. Yeah, Jill says, love the lyrics, indeed. Yeah, on we go, I think, with the next contribution. And who better to follow Matthew than Bernd, who just commented on his toilet cleaning. So next up is Bernd Böckmann, also a regular. Oh, here's an update from Matthew. Thanks everyone. And yes, the toilet's clean. That's good to hear. So yeah, Bernd Böckmann is a regular on this show, which I'm very happy about, because Bernd is just a brilliant guitarist. And this time he focuses on the guitar. I think it's the first time we have an instrumental on the show, which is great. But it's not easy to pull off an instrumental because the voice is usually what draws the attention. But to keep the attention high and keep the energy going in an instrumental is not so easy. But Bernd does it really well, really brilliantly, like he always does when he plays the guitar. So here's Bernd with a track by Luca Bloom. Everyone, here's Bernd Böckmann.
Good evening, Folktown family. My name is Bernd Böckmann, and I'm a bit out of words. My thoughts going out to the people of the Ukraine who suffer from the war. And I hope this will have soon an end. For tonight I choose a song of peace. How wonderful would it be to have peace on earth? And that's the title of Luca Bloom's instrumental tune from 2005. He released it again on his album Out of the Blue from 2021. And he said once that he's not always able to find the right words to his melodies, so this happened to this piece and he kept it as an instrumental. I added a little piece of Johannes Brahms to the end to finish this song, and I hope you like it. Thanks again, Tobias, for making this evenings happen and having me again. Peace.
Wow. Just wow. Ending on that note. Guten Abend, gute Nacht. That was a really lovely surprise towards the end. Thanks so much, Bernd. It is always good to have you on the show, man. Lots of love coming in. And like Graham said, if that would have been in a theater, could have heard a pin drop. Yeah. Just beautiful, man. On a technical note, Bernd, if you don't mind sharing this, I would really like to know how you mic'd that guitar. If it was just this one microphone, or if you had a line cable too, and what kind of mic did you use? I would love to know. All right, always trying to find good ways to record acoustic guitars. It's very difficult, I think. Anyways, that was Bernd Böckmann, and he has a YouTube channel where he has lots of his own songs and collaborations with other colleagues, and many cover songs as well. And please do check that out if you like that. You find Bernd Böckmann, the name, in the post description of this video, and you can find him easily on Facebook and then on YouTube as well. All right, we go on. We stay in Germany. Bernd was in Germany, and well, in Germany a long time in the beginning of this show. We're moving to a small town called Liebenwerda in the north of Berlin. That's the home of Doreen and Mike Wolter, a couple who play music together for many years, and they organize concerts, and they're just very active in the music scene. And they're playing a song by Bob Dylan today, and Mike is explaining a little bit about the song choice they had for this show. So without further ado, here's Mike Wolter, and then later joined by Doreen.
Hi folks, Tobias asked me to say a few words why we choose those songs that we choose, which is Girl of the North Country and Oh Sister, both by Bob Dylan. We kind of mixed them together, as you will hear in a few seconds. Girl of the North Country is somebody who cares deeply about somebody else that he can't reach and wishes that they stay well. And Oh Sister is like, if you listen to the line, Oh sister, am I not a brother to you and one deserving of affection? And is our purpose not the same on this earth? And so on. So enjoy, and I think you get the idea. Okay, take care, bye.
Well, if you're traveling in the North Country fair, when the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me, the one who lives there. Or she once was a true love of mine. Well, if you go where the snowflakes storm, when the rivers freeze and summer rains, please see for me she's swing with coats of warm to keep her from the howling wind. Please see for me bitter herrings long. If it rolls and flows all down her breast, please see for me bitter herrings long. 'Cause that's the way I remember her best. Oh sister, when I come to lie in your arms, you should not treat me like a stranger. Our Father would not like the way that you act, and you must realize the danger. Oh sister, am I not a brother to you, and one deserving of affection? And is your purpose not the same undeserved, to love and follow His direction? We grew up together from the cradle to the grave. We died and were reborn and then mysteriously saved. Oh sister, when I come to knock on your door, don't turn away, you create sorrow. Time is an ocean, but it ends at the shore. You may not see me tomorrow, and if you're traveling to the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there, 'cause she once was a true love of mine. For she once was a true love of mine. For she once was a true love of mine.
Thank you, Tobias. Danke, dass du diese tollen Sendungen immer machst und Peace for the world.
Yes. Peace auch an euch beide, Mike und Doreen. Thanks so much. Yeah, I enjoy doing these shows, and they are really the music that you guys are playing. So thanks so much for that. It's really fun to present it. All right, guys, that was Mike and Doreen Wolter, and they play as a band called Jamestown Ferry, and they also have a Bob Dylan project, hence their choice of song today. Yeah, do check them out. Like all the artists, you find them in the post description. All right, on we go. I have to check my little set list here. This is the set list for today. I'm just gonna hold this up really quickly so you can sneak a look. All right. On we go. We have so many songs to go. I'm talking way too much. Shouldn't talk so much anyways. Should drink more of my tea with honey. All right. We move on to Tenerife, home of evil Mr. Sod. Pablo now also lives in Germany in the city of Leipzig, but he is from Spain originally. And he's a total Folktown regular. I think he's been on every show, almost every show. And he has a really cool song choice today. The thing is, usually we celebrate these, beloved artists, usually in the genre of folk or country, Americana, some pop. We had Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, these people. And he chose a band that would probably not get a Folktown episode. But Maybe they should get one. Maybe they should get one. I'm happy they have sort of their premiere on Folkton here via Pablo today. So thanks a lot. Evil Mr. Sword, here he is.
Hey everybody, this is Evil Mr. Sword here, and we are having today this special stream called Songs of War and Peace. And the song I chose for tonight is a song from the British band Motorhead, which is probably not the kind of band you would expect to hear in a stream like the one we're having tonight, but I think the band and specifically this song is the proof that you can find a good song everywhere. And this one is like it's a really vivid description of what life on the front line is. A very sad story, and I hope you like it. 16 years old when I went to the war to fight for a land fit for heroes. God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero. And I marched and I fought and I bled and I died, and I never did get any older. But I knew at the time there a year in the line was a long enough life for a soldier. We all volunteered and we wrote down our names, and we added 2 years to our ages. Eager for life and ahead of the game, ready for history's pages. And we brawled and we fought and we whored and we stood 10,000 shoulder to shoulder. A thirst for the Hun, we were food for the gun. And that's what you are when you're soldiers. Heard my friend cry, and he sank to his knees, coughing blood as he screamed for his mother. And I fell by his side, and that's how he died, clinging like kids to each other. And I lay in the mud and the guts and the blood, and I wept as his body grew colder. And I called for my mother, and she never came, though it wasn't my fault and I wasn't to blame. The day not half over and 10,000 slain, and now there's nobody remembers our names. And that's how it is for a soldier.
That was an amazing song. I was just sitting here listening to this because I'm listening to these songs with you guys. I'm not listening to them when I'm getting the videos sent. That was just amazing. And Frank was just mentioning that many folkies don't know what a great songwriter Kilmister was, and it's true. Like, I don't know anything about Motorhead because it's frankly not my kind of music. But thanks, Pablo, for pointing out what a great song that is. Really, really touching. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, there's not much more I can say about it, really. Fantastic performance as always, Pablo. And really, really great choice of song. Thanks, man. Yeah, many people here agree. And you're a great performer, man. Really. All right, on we go. Our next artist today is someone who's been on Folktown before, and she hasn't been on Folktown for a couple of episodes, but I'm really happy that Franziska GÜNTHER is back for this edition. I'm not sure where she is right now. She's always somewhere on the Faroe Islands or on Iceland or Greenland or somewhere in the very, very cold north. I think on the island of Bornholm or something in the Baltic Sea. She's always traveling around the Baltic Sea area to cold places, cold and beautiful places. But today she plays a very warm song by a songwriter that I deeply love, and but you know, she's gonna say something about this herself. Very happy to welcome back to Folktown, Franziska GÜNTHER.
Hi guys. Turbulent times. I've thought long about which song to pick, songs of peace and war. So I thought, in essence, peace is happening when children can play and when they got space for that, which lots of children don't have space for at the moment around the globe. So I chose a Cat Stevens song.
and you keep on building higher to the make us cry? Will you tell us when to live? Will you tell us when to die? I know we've come a long way, we're changing day to day, but tell me, where do the children play?
Tja, Franziska Günther, always brilliant. Hey, Dave is in the chat. Very nice to see you, man. Robbie ist hier, guckt aus Spanien zu. Sehr, sehr cool. Olli war vorhin da. Alle sind begeistert von Franziska. Everyone's just welcoming some friends here. And everyone's enthused. Not finding the right word here. Everyone's amazed by Franziska. Great guitar work and a beautiful voice. And it's really, and she told me she is in Denmark now on Bornholm. Yeah, I remembered that correctly, the island of Bornholm. Lots of light there, lots of sun, lots of sea. She's always somewhere close to the sea. That's what I notice about Franziska. She's always choosing great places to shoot her videos. All right, that's something that's very hard to follow, and so I'm sort of sacrificing myself here. After we hear Franziska, here's my contribution to this month's show. I hope you enjoy it. Hey everyone, today I would like to play you a song called The Gunner's Dream, and it's from, I would like to say, the last Pink Floyd album, but it's the last Pink Floyd album featuring Roger Waters. And Waters being, to me at least, one of the best lyricists in all of pop music, especially when it comes to songs about war and greed and people in power using people who are not as cannon fodder for their own means. And The Gunner's Dream supposedly is about a gunner that's being shut down above Berlin, and a kind of dream he has while spiraling down to the ground about a more peaceful time. I think it's a very universal song, and yeah, I like it a lot. So I hope you enjoy my version of it, and yeah, thank you.
Floating down through the clouds, memories are rushing up to meet me now, and in the space between the heavens and in the corner of some foreign field, I had a dream. I had a dream. Goodbye Max, goodbye Ma. After the service, when you slowly walk into the car, and the silver in her hair shines in the cold November air, you hear the tolling bell and touch the silken yolly pal,
As the teardrops rise to meet the comfort of the band, you take her frail hand and hold on to the dream. Enough to eat. Some world heroes shuffle safely down the street. We can speak out loud about your doubts and fears. What's more, no one ever disappears. You never hear their standard issue kicking in your door. You can relax on both sides of the tracks, and maniacs don't blow holes in bandsmen by remote control. And everyone has recourse to the law. And no one kills the children anymore. No one kills the children anymore. Night after night, going round and round my brain. His dream is driving me insane. Some foreign field, the gunner sleeps tonight. What's done is done. We cannot just write off his final scene. Take heed of his dream. Take heed. Thank you so much, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed this. I love this song and the whole album, the final cut by Pink Floyd, very, very much. It's deeply moving, very touching, anti-war music. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Coming up is a whole band, but unfortunately not playing together. It's one of my favorite bands here out of Berlin. The band is called $2 Bash. And we don't have the band on the show now, but we have all the single members, which I think is really cool. So I would like to give $2 Bash a little bit of a moment here in the show, and playing all these guys one after the other. They've all been on the show, so you know them. But for those who don't know, all these guys are in the band. They're all great singers and great songwriters. And do check them out if you don't know them yet. $2 bash. And we're starting off with, gotta check my notes here, Tony Rose. And Tony is always playing in different formations here in Folktown. He's located in Prague now. The other guys are in France and Mozambique and Berlin, so all kinds of places. Excuse me. And Tony today plays with Laura KAMP from the US. Tony himself is from Scotland, and it's really great to have them. So here's Tony Rose and Laura KAMP starting off a little $2 bash sequence here. Here's Tony.
Hello, my name's Tony Rose. You might know me from some of these Folktown gigs. I'd like to thank Tobias for inviting me to contribute a song again for this show. It's a pity that, you know, the theme is war, and there are so many terrible wars going on in the world just now, and there's not much I could do to stop them. I don't know, apart from sing a song or whatever. So this song that I chose, I believe was written by Woody Guthrie, and it lay undiscovered in a box of songs that his daughter found and then gave to Billy Bragg. And Billy Bragg and Wilco made an album of Woody Guthrie songs. But I heard it through a singer called Laura Cantrell, and I heard her version of it, and it really struck me as being such a beautiful song. So I asked my good friend Laura KAMP, Laura's from Arkansas, and she now lives in Prague. She lived in Prague a long time, and she plays in a great band called Rodeo Queen. And if you're ever in Prague, you should come and see Rodeo Queen. I'll send the details to Tobias, and you can check them out on Facebook and YouTube. And so we decided to do this song together, and it's a Woody Guthrie song called When the Roses Bloom Again. So once again, thanks Tobias, and thanks to all the great musicians that are contributing to the Folktown shows. Really look forward to watching and listening. Thanks a lot.
Sorrow, for their thoughts are on tomorrow, as she pins a rose upon his coat of blue. Do not ask me, love, to linger when you know not what to say, for duty calls your sweetheart's name again. Your heart may not be sighing that I'll be among the dying. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. When the roses bloom again, and the sun is on the river, the mockingbird will sing its sweet refrain. And in the days of old lang syne, I'll be with you, sweetheart mine. Oh, I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. With the rattle of the battle soldier, he is fallen in the fray. I am dying, and I know I've got to go, but I want to tell you before I pass away. There's a far and distant river where the roses are in bloom, and a sweetheart who is waiting there for me. And it's there I pray you'll take me. I'll be faithful, don't forsake me. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. When the roses bloom again, and the sun is on the river, the mockingbird will sing its sweet refrain. And in the days of old lang syne, I'll be with you, sweetheart mine. Oh, I'll be with you when the roses bloom again.
That was lovely, you guys, Laura and Tony. Thank you so much for that. They're both in the chat right now, so you know, talk to them if you're in Prague or you plan to travel there. Make sure to check out Tony Rose and Rodeo Queen, I think it was. Hope I didn't get that wrong. Thanks so much, you guys. And I think this is the very first time that I heard a banjo performance where the banjo, you know, didn't, you know, always try to get in the foreground. This is the most subtle way I ever heard a banjo play, and I mean that in a really positive way. That was lovely. That was just really nice. Usually you have a band or a duo and you hear nothing but the banjo. But this was really, really beautiful. Thanks so much for that, guys. So that was part one of a little $2 bash special here. I'm not getting any money from these guys. Maybe I should. Maybe I should ask Joe and Tony and Mark and Matt for some promotional money here. I'm just doing this because I really love that band and I hope to see them again before too long. So here's part two of $2 Bash. Here's Mark Mulholland, and last time we heard him in a bar in Mozambique, and today I think he's still in Mozambique, or he just returned from Mozambique. So he's always in transit. This Mark Mulholland. Here he is with a new song, I believe, from his new album, and yeah, enjoy it. Here's Mark Mulholland.
This is a song that I wrote when I was living in Bamako in Mali. And the war that had been simmering away in the north of the country was starting to spread into the centre. And there was a general unease as to what was going to happen next. And there was a series of terrorist attacks in Bamako itself. So this is a song that came from that time.
Watching the great river flows up to the bend on a hazy afternoon. Let's take it slow. The sun is beating down the bustle of the town. Tell me, river, what you know. A dusty wind is blowing in from the desert to the north, carrying whispers on the breeze, whispers of peace, whispers of war. moment once and let it go. And you have to seize each chance, the magic of the dance. 'Cause when the music's going to stop, you never know. The explosion rocks the night. There's panic in the street outside. Blind confusion, sudden flight. Heartbeat racing, looking for a place to hide. Dusty wind is blowing in from the desert to the north, carrying whispers on the breeze, whispers of peace, whispers of war. Tell me, river, what you know. Tell me, river, what you know.
Alright, I recorded that with a band called Alba Grillo Ensemble. The album's called The Darkness Between the Leaves. It came out in 2018. And the album version is much longer. It goes into a big long jam at the end of that with Tony Allen on drums and Madhu Siddiqui Diabate on the kora, various other musicians from Mali and elsewhere. Alright, so all the best.
Yep, thanks Mark. That was brilliant, very, very atmospheric guitar sound in that room, good acoustics in that room. I love that guitar too. That's a little Jane Furch guitar. I do have that guitar myself and I love it. It's such a great guitar. Traveler guitar, you can fold together, get it on a plane, no problem. And when you have Mark Mulholland play it, it sounds wonderful. Thanks for that song, Mark. Talking of Furch guitars, they are made in the Czech Republic, which brings me to Prague, where we heard Tony and Laura. And I had a comment here from Graham. I should stop my banjo hating, which refers back to the last show where I made some remarks about banjos, which is just my personal opinion. But this time I did not make any banjo hating remarks. I loved the way Laura played that banjo. But I think I should stop talking about banjos because I'm putting my neck in a noose here. All right, cool. Billy is asking Graham if he missed his set. No, you haven't. Graham is still coming up. All right. Thank you, Mark. Moving on to DEHARP, the Frenchman in the otherwise purely Scottish band $2 Bash. And he's in France right now. And he's playing also a very well-known song in a totally unique way. This is DEHARP, everyone. Enjoy this. The master of the harmonica. Doesn't wear that name for no reason. DEHARP.
All right. Good afternoon, good people. Welcome to the Folktown edition of this particular Monday. And this is going to be an edition songs of war and peace, mostly against the war and for peace, obviously. So this is my contribution by a gentleman by the name of Marvin Gaye. And here we go. Far too many of you crying, brother, brother, brother. Far too many of you dying. We must find a way to bring some love and understanding here today. Father, 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 there's no need to escalate. War is not the answer. Cause only love can conquer hate. We must find a way to bring some love and understanding here today. Pick a line, brother, and pick a sign. Sister, don't talk to me. Brother, with brutality. Sister, come on, talk to me. And you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, Father, Father. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Yeah, but who are they to judge us? Oh, and just because the hair is long, we must find a way to bring some love and understanding here today. Yeah, bigger life and cricket signs. That's all to me. With brutality, come on, talk to me, and you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going
Was that fantastic or was that fantastic? Matt the harp, as Rick van den Bosch says, Matt is the harp. He is indeed. Thanks so much for that. That was très bien, très joli, and that's all the French I can muster for tonight. Cheers to you, Matt the harp. Everyone grooving along. Yeah, so groovy is exactly what Dave Coleman is saying here. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, that was 3/4 of $2 Bash, and one piece is missing. That's Joe Armstrong, and Joe Armstrong's also a regular on the show. And tonight he's not by himself. He's playing in his new band, The Strange Encounters, together with Guido Kreuzmüller. And Guido's a very good friend. I'm really happy to have him on the show for the first time. And The Strange Encounters are not only having their Folktown premiere here, but they also premiere a new song from their upcoming first album. So it's a lot of premiering in one performance. So here's the Strange Encounters. Very happy to have them on the show. Before that, there's Guido Kreuzmüller of The Strange Encounters with a couple of words about the song they are singing. So here's Guido, and later joined by Joe Armstrong The Strange Encounters.
Hi, this is Guido from the Strange Encounters in Berlin. You're watching Folktown, and our contribution to the show tonight is a song about the question how to live together again when the war is actually over, to start from point zero. Having a new neighbor, maybe a victim, maybe perpetrator, suspicion, loss, grief, exhaustion. Just a bad dream every morning, but you have to go on somehow. It's about this vacuum period after the fight, the stillness of peace with everybody having lost loved ones, being displaced, brothers, sisters. And in this vacuum, everybody continues to fight his and her personal war in their heads. This is what the song's about. It's brand new, and we never played it live before. So, now in Folktown, have a listen. Thanks.
Change anything
Thank you, Guido and Joe of the Strange Encounters. I like that song. Very cool chord changes in there, beautiful melody, and nice harmonies, of course. You guys are really good at harmonies. Thanks so much. Great to have you on the show for the first time, and I hope it wasn't the last time. The Strange Encounters, everyone. All the artists, as usual, are mentioned and have their links where you can check them out or support them in the post description. So if you want to check that out. Also, this show, even though the theme is peace and war, is not a fundraiser again for the Ukraine, because we did that last time. But you can, of course, choose, the organization of your choice and make a donation if you feel so inclined. And I put 3 links for 3 different organizations, the Red Cross, UNICEF, and Airbnb, that all in their own way help in the struggle in Ukraine, and you can make donations there. You'll find the links in the post description. All right. Thank you so much. So from all these European and American and I think we had European and New Zealand contributions today, we move on to Australia. For the first time today, I think, we have 2 artists from Australia. And the first one is PRITA GREALY, and I'm really happy to have PRITA on the show again, because she's been absent for a while. She's been, I'm not sure what the last time was, I think in the Paul Simon show. And I'm just reading the comment here from Dave. What was the total raised on the last episode? That was, Dave, 1,021 euros. Amazing, I think. Just a little over 1,000 euros. Not sure what that is in dollars. If anyone can make the calculation, maybe $1,200 or something. It's a really great sum, I think. A great accomplishment from the community. And thanks so much to everyone who contributed. Dave Coleman, by the way, who's usually on the show, and he's in the chat right now, he can't be on the show this time, in case you're waiting for his song, because Dave had an accident and he's in the process of healing right now. I hope that's okay, Dave, that I mentioned that here, but I know you mentioned it on your Facebook, so I guess it's public knowledge. And we're all wishing you the speedy recovery, and that you're back on your feet again very soon. So best of wishes to Dave Coleman in Nashville. All right, but now let's move on to Australia, home of PRITA GREALY, and she's playing that song that many, I think, are waiting for in a show like this, and I'm glad that PRITA does it. Unfortunately, there were some technical issues, so the song is cut off in the end and it's kind of fading out, but it's almost complete. So anyway, I'm very sure that all of you know how the song ends, and you can finish it in your heads or just sing in the end, sing the end on your end of the world. Okay, here's PRITA GREALY.
Hi everyone, this is PRITA and I'm coming to you from my home in Australia. My contribution for this month's theme is Imagine by John Lennon, because imagine a world where there was no countries. Wouldn't that be amazing? Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll rumor, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. As you may say, I'm a dream.
But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us, and the world will live as one. I wish I had the control over my voice like PRITA GREALY does. I love your voice, PRITA. Yeah. Just I could have listened to that for a bit longer, but it's really great that you were back on the show. PRITA, thanks so much for that. Hope to have you back again for the next one. Yep. I think I'm not the only one. Cool. Thank you so much for choosing that song. Imagine no one would have chosen that. It would have been a bummer. All right. Linda is asking, is everyone from Australia beautiful? As far as I know, that is the case, Linda. Yes. All right. Thanks so much, PRITA. We're moving on to England. England, Australia. Oh, we shouldn't talk about that connection. But anyways, here's someone from England that many here amongst the viewers appreciate very much. He has his live streams on every Thursday. It's almost, it's a years-long tradition now. The Sundowner live streams Thursday evenings coming out of Hastings on the south coast of England, featuring Jason McNiff. And today he's playing one of his own songs, one of his originals that he's played often on the live streams. It's one of my favorite songs of his. And he's going to talk a little bit about how this song came about. Here's Jason McNiff.
Hello everyone, hi Tobias. So I'm going to do this song called Tombola, which is a song I wrote for a band in Italy called the Modena City Ramblers. They were making this project to do with a wartime mission called Tombola, which was a collaboration between the SAS, the British, some Russian soldiers, and the Italian partisans, kind of loose rabble of fighters who raided this the key Nazi headquarters in northern Italy towards the end of 1944. And it was a successful mission, and it freed up that part of Italy for the advancing armies from the south. Maricha smiles me a smile. It's got nothing to do with the war. She got a skirt above her knees. She got her bare feet on the floor. But I can't think about it, because tonight we finally go from the safety of the mountain to the enemy below. Tonight we really go. We've been planning up here for 3 months, maybe more. I got Russians and Italian, I got British about a score. We're 100 men. And an order came from Florence, I'll pretend I didn't get. It said hold off your attack, cause we're not ready for you yet. But we can't wait no more. Who dares wins? Who cares who wins? That's the song we sing. When I reach you with your smile and your deep Italian eyes, forgive my sins. Through the misty night, with our arms held tight, all creeping single file, mile after mile, shadows in the night. Yeah, through the night's mist, with our guns in our fist, and into the lion's den, me with my 100 men, every sound's a din. Once I heard a dog bark, he must have smelled us in the dark. Oh, but it wasn't our fate to get discovered that way. No outside. And at night you fear your dreams like the rustling of the trees. Ah, but when the dawn sings, it's courage it brings, and we can see Albany from the hill, and the still, still, still not a breath of wind. Gonna reach you with your smile and your deep Italian eyes. Forgive my sins, all my sins, all my terrible sin. Everything I've done, everything I'm doing, everything I'm gonna do. Marie just smiles me a smile. It's got nothing to do with war. She got a skirt above her knee. She got her bare feet on the floor, on the floor.
Thanks a bunch, Jason. I love that song. We can't wait no more. I love that part. All right, that was Jason McNiff. If you want to check him out further, then do go to his Facebook page. On Thursday evenings, it's always 9:30 Berlin time, 8:30 British time. He has his live streams, and I do recommend them highly. You will meet many people from the chat here in those live streams. It's always a good time. And great songs Jason is playing. Thanks so much, man. That song was called Tombola. All right. Yeah, we Kevin is watching from Australia. Not from Australia. He is from Australia, and he said everyone in Australia is beautiful. And Kevin, you're the most beautiful Australian that I know. And I know some beautiful Australians. So, anyways, we're not going to Australia for the next artist. We're going to the Netherlands via Britain and to Rick van den Bosch, another regular here on Folktown. And he has an outstanding performance today. I mean, he's had some great performances on Folktown, but I really like this one. Usually when people send me the videos, I always check just a little bit about the sound and the volume and all these things. But when I started to watch Rick's, I had to watch to the end because that was just amazing. So anyways, too much praise before the song isn't good, but it doesn't come from Rick and himself. It comes from me, so that's all right, I hope. Here's Rick van den Bosch with his song for the show today.
Huddy Ledbetter, or Leadbelly, a famous folk blues musician from the 30s and 40s. And he wrote this song called Mr. Hitler, talking about war songs. Hitler started out in 1932. Hitler started out in 1932. When he started out, he took the homes from the Jews. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down someday. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground someday. When Hitler started out, he took the Jews from their home. When Hitler started out, he took the Jews from their home. That's the one thing, Mr. Hitler, you know that you've done wrong. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down someday. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground someday, yeah. Mr. Hitler, we're gonna tear your playhouse down, yeah. Mr. Hitler, we're gonna tear your playhouse down. You've been flying mighty high, but you're on your last go round. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down. We're gonna tear Hitler down someday. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground. We're gonna bring him to the ground someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. I think I've never heard you sing like that before. I just love that, man. That guitar playing. Ah, Jesus, I wish I could play guitar like that. That was Rick van den Bosch, everyone. Do check him out. Do check out his Facebook. Do check out his music. Usually he plays his songs from his bicycle shop, which has a great sound. But that was a lovely sound as well. Nice and dry, very fitting to that rootsy vibe of the song. Thanks so much, Rick. And looking forward to many more of your videos. All right, we're moving on, moving back to Britain. And I do not need to introduce our next artist because you all know him, we all love him. And I'm very much looking forward because I haven't listened to the complete song yet, but I will now. Let's all listen to Graham Shankarji Hunt.
Hi Folktown friends, this is Graham Shankarji Hunt in England. Looking forward to this show tonight. It's the 8th in the Folktown series, I think. And I'm sure there's going to be some powerful performances tonight, so I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks again to the wonderful Tobias Panwitz for producing and presenting this show. I know everybody appreciates it, man, so thanks very much. So tonight, instead of celebrating a legend of music, due to the horrific situation in Ukraine, we're going to be performing songs of peace and songs of war. And the song I've decided to do tonight is Buffy Sainte-Marie's Universal Soldier. I think it was the first protest song I ever remember hearing when it was a hit for Donovan in 1965, I think it was. But she wrote it earlier in the early 60s, allegedly in the Purple Onion coffee house in Toronto. But it's a song that deals with the universality of war. The people in Ukraine aren't universal soldiers, they're freedom fighters, they're fighting to survive and fighting to protect their homeland. So Universal Soldier addresses more the volunteer soldiers, the ones whose presence enables the mad ambitions of tyrannical leaders. And I think it's a pretty powerful polemic. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a wonderful old classic protest song from the 60s. Buffy Sainte-Marie's Universal Soldier. I hope you're having a fantastic time, folks. Enjoy the evening, enjoy the music. Peace and love to everybody.
He's 5'2" and he's 6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all of 31 and he's only 17, been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist or a Baptist and a Jew. He knows he shouldn't kill, but he knows he always will. Kill you for me, my friend, and me for you. And he's fighting for Canada, he's fighting for France, he's fighting for the USA. He's fighting for the Russians and he's fighting for Japan, and he thinks he'll put an end to war this way. And he's fighting for democracy, he's fighting for the Reds. He says it's for the peace of all. He's the one who must decide who's to live and who's to die, and he never sees the writing on the wall. But without him, how would Hitler have condemned him at Dachau? Without him, Caesar would have stood alone. He's the one who gives his body as a weapon of the war, and without him all this killing can't go on. He's the universal soldier, and he really is to blame. His orders come from far away no more. They come from here and there, and you and me, and brothers and sisters, can't you see? This is not the way we put an end to war.
Thank you, Graham. As usual, this was brilliant. Very, very rich and atmospheric. I feel like I always repeat the words here, but listening to that voice is always like taking a bath in something something beautiful. Thanks, Graham. It's really, really always lovely to have you on the show, and everyone here agrees, I think. So, thanks, man. Really well done. Yeah. I know that Graham is a big fan of the next artist, of the next upcoming artist, and Wolf SCHUBERT-K has been on the show a couple of times. I'm happy that he's returned this time, because I know he's very busy preparing his new album, which we're all looking forward to, and he took the time to do a song for this show, so that I appreciate very much. Thank you, Wolf, and here's Wolf SCHUBERT-K's song for tonight.
All right. Hey, hello, Folktown folks. I'm really very happy to be part of the project again, and for this very, very sad reason. And I actually choose an older track from this Free Spirit album, and it's called Time to Get Up, but I played in a completely different vibe. I changed the words, I changed everything, and I wanted to play it with a finger picking style, but I hurt my finger, so I had to change this again. And so it's very experimental for me, but I think it will be a good try to express the speechlessness which we are left alone with in this whole war. And to me, I really don't know how to express my anger at this tyrant who just wants to take over this whole country with such brutality. And the only thing I can do to express myself is to go to the demonstrations which are happening regularly in Frankfurt, and tomorrow there'll be another demonstration, and you can be sure I'll be there. And this is what the song is about. Maybe just go out on the street and be angry and be desperate, be whatever you want, but woke up this morning, there was a war. I got the cold chills in my heart. I didn't shower, I did not shave. I left the papers in the letterbox. I cannot write, I cannot read. Seems I don't have anything to say. I'm out of tears, I'm out of thoughts. The world needs healing, the world needs peace right now. It's time to get up and gather round. Get out on the streets and feel love deep within, deep within. Put on your light, mine is dead. Chase out the devil from the tyrant's head. Say something wise and meaningful. So sick of all that chatter. We need a poet, a heroine, to give the answers to what matters, to what matters. I'm so annoyed, can't stand the news. Don't need this leader to spoil my blues. It's time to get up and gather Get out on the streets and feel love within. Time to wise up and shake off on. Start a peaceful revolution right now, right now, right now. A peaceful revolution. Time to get up and gather round. Get out on the street and feel love within, within. It's time to wise up, shake off on. A peaceful revolution right now, right now, right now, right now. Hey, thank you guys, and keep peace up. We have to be peaceful, really, and not get too angry about all this stuff. Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Wolf. I think this was truly one of the best performances you gave on this show. This was an amazing song. I think this is a song that that Neil Young could be proud of if it was his song. Truly, truly amazing. Thanks so much, man. And thanks for your final words there. Yeah, we gotta be peaceful despite all the anger we feel. Stay civilized and all this amongst each other. Thanks so much, Wolf. Lots of love coming in for this. I'm a little lost for words here, because there was a little like an hypnotic thing listening to you. It was a shame it was over, but yeah. Well, looking forward to your album, man. Wolf Schubert-K, check him out if you don't know him yet. Yeah, Jesus, thanks. That's what he's saying. You're very welcome. And thank you, Wolf. Hope to see you again soon on the next shows. All right, I am very much looking forward to the next act, the next duo. They are here for the second time, making their second appearance on Folktown, and the last time we heard them was in the Lucinda Williams episode. The Rough and Tumble are back from somewhere in the USA, because they're traveling constantly, as I understand, in their trailer with their dog. And right now they're in California, which is where I pretty much always want to be. But at least we hear some music from California now. The Rough and the Tumble, the Rough and Tumble, not the Rough and the Tumble. Very much looking forward to this. And I just have to find them here in my little drop-down list. Where are you guys? There you are. The Rough and Tumble.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, we're the Rough and Tumble.
We're the Rough and Tumble. I'm Mallory Grant.
I'm Scott Tyler. It's nice to be here again.
Again!
On Folktown.
Thank you for having us back. Last time that we were on the show, we had a heck of a time. We really enjoyed it. But then when we saw everyone's nice comments, it warmed our hearts.
It really
gave
did.
us the courage to keep going.
Yeah.
We're coming to you today from California.
From California, yeah. We don't live here, but we are currently here.
That's where we are. That's where we landed.
As we are, as Tobias asked us to sing a song for peace and war, today we thought that we would sing a song that we recently wrote as Americans who are thinking about what it is like to be the country that armed the world, and our thoughts are with the people of Ukraine right now, and our hopes are with them. So this song is called "God of War," and
it's hot off the press.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be putting it on our next record with the infamous Dave Coleman. So. My dad is a believer. He serves no God but one. Paid tithes to the Sunday plates and to the preacher's son, who supplies the congregation with their automatic guns. Serves but one, but it's the God of war. I was born the anniversary of the prophet who was slain. Wore it as a badge of honor till I learned to speak his name. Then I nodded to the dark clouds who bring the April rains. I'm the daughter of the God of war. Don't shake, don't breathe, don't move your little finger. Don't let them find you out until the smoke no longer lingers. I found the pin outside, the grenade is still within you. It's gonna blow. Oh, I'm the ashes on the street. I'm the trails made by the tires. I'm the crater in the marketplace after the rocket fire. They say to not give chase, be still as rabbits in the briar. Tell me again whose kid I'm fighting for. Don't shake, don't breathe, don't move your little finger. Don't let them find you out until the smoke no longer lingers. I found the pin outside, the grenade is still within you. It's gonna blow. Oh. Don't shake, don't breathe, don't move your little finger. Don't let them find you out until the smoke no longer lingers. I found the pin outside, the grenade is still within me. It's gonna blow. Oh, it's gonna blow. My dad is a believer. He serves no God but one. Tucked in the Alleghenies, trigger finger on the gun. But he stays on the ready. What you worship, you become. And I swear by God they're gonna come.
Thank you, guys. That was just great song. With all the, all you guys who play in this show and the previous shows, there's so many moments where I think like I would just like to keep listening to this artist right now. Same here again, the Rough and Tumble. Great to have you back on the show. Thank you so much for doing this, and I really hope, we all hope, that you're gonna be back wherever you are next time. Maybe not in California anymore. If you find the time to make a little video, that would be lovely. Thanks, you guys. Wonderful song. And we just we witnessed in the chat here today a little contractual thing between Dave Coleman and the Rough and Tumble. So they're gonna make their next album with Dave as producer again. I think their last album was produced by Dave. The next album is going to be produced by him as well. Dave just agreed, so it's better not going to be produced by anyone else, because we all witnessed that agreement here on Folktown. Thanks, the Rough and Tumble, and all the best to your travels in California. The next song we're going to hear is performed by Mette in Denmark, who's also a regular on Folktown, and just seeing here, yeah, the contract is binding indeed. And Mette is playing a song that is from before the time when I started listening to music. So I got into listening to music in the mid-80s, and there was the year 1986. I remember that because there was a lot of horrible music coming out that year that I loved when it came out. So, and the song that Mette is singing is, I think, from 1985. So before the time I started listening to music, but of course I was aware of that song. But then the wall came down here in Berlin, and we always looked at that song as something, from the historic past. It's not relevant anymore because all that Cold War conflict, even a couple of years after the wall came down, already seemed so sort of far away. Even though we were still surrounded by all the goings on and the change that still had to do with that time. But, the 90s then seemed like a time when, Europe wouldn't be involved in a war anymore. Countries wouldn't fight, wouldn't deal with their difficulties through war, but rather through economic dealings, economic wars. So it's really shattering that this song comes back as a relevant song in today's time. And the writer of the song, Sting, made a new version of it, not really a new version, but he recorded a version again. And he was kind of shocked by that himself, that the song became relevant again. So thank you, Mette, for singing this song for us, which sadly is a song that fits the current times again. So here's Mette Kyrkegaard.
Hi everyone. Tonight I don't have much words to say because it seems as if the world repeats itself. Here comes a song called The Russians by Sting. In Europe and America, there's a growing feeling of hysteria, conditioned to respond to all the threats in the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets. Mr. Khrushchev said, "We will bury you." I don't subscribe to this point of view. It would be such an ignorant thing to do if the Russians love their children too. from Oppenheimer's deadly world. There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too. There is no historical precedent to put the words in the mouth of the president. There's no such thing as a winnable war. It's a lie we don't believe anymore. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. What might save us, me and you, is that the Russians love their children too.
Thank you, Mette, playing that song. This is such a brilliant song. You easily forget it because it's not often played on the radio, obviously. Or it hasn't been for like, what, 30, 40 years. Thank you for playing it, Mette. Yeah. Thank you. Little lost for words for a moment here. Was just thinking, I wish we wouldn't have to, or we don't have to do this show, but I wish there wouldn't be a reason to do it right now. Yeah. I think the best thing is to go on with the next performance, with the next artist. Moving on to Australia again for a second Australian artist tonight. And I'm happy that JAIMI FAULKNER joined us again. He's been on the show a couple of times before, and he's on tour right now. And he's been asking himself if it's a good time to, go on tour and play music, entertain people. But I agree with him to, his final thought that it might be, really one of the best things you can do right now is bring music, something beautiful to the people, something that brings them together rather than separates them. So anything that does that is valuable in my book. So best of luck to JAIMI FAULKNER on his tour through Germany. And man, you're a wizard getting a tour together these days anyways. So kudos for that as well. And please enjoy JAIMI FAULKNER.
Hey folks, it's an honor to be a part of the latest Folktown sessions, and such an important session this week, the theme of war and peace, as we currently witness what is happening to our east in the Ukraine, a mere 24 hours drive away from where I live. The song I've decided to play for you is a song called Sirens, and it's ultimately a song about finding inner peace within yourself. But it also explores the idea, especially in the last verse, about essentially that love will always trump hate, and good will always prevail, and I believe that strongly. One thing that I'd just like to tell you, as I'm on tour at the moment, I've seen so many acts of goodwill and love the other day I was driving to Berlin and I saw car upon car that were loaded up with blankets and diapers and medical supplies. It was very clear that they were heading to the Ukraine to offer their support. And it made me feel good to know that there's so many people out there that are giving and that choose love over hate, that choose peace over war. So on that note, I hope you like my version of my track Sirens. Cheers.
When the lines are down, you're on your own, and all around you, the city is buzzing to the side. Where do you go? Do you hide in the cracks? The hot pavement burns. Is the wind at your back? Forever running sirens. What's that you say to the words overpower you? The dissidence grows and all but consumes you in a convoluted bizarre. Forever running from the sirens. How did you know that the wicked would crash, leave but a scar, but your ticket intact, a ticket to peace, away from the sirens.
Cheers, JAIMI. That was fantastic. So sorry about that. We're drawing towards the end of the show. My voice is giving up. All right. Sorry about that, guys. But that was fantastic. Thank you, JAIMI. I think there was a song from JAIMI's new album, which you should check out. And JAIMI, you mentioned that you drove into Berlin and you played a show here, and I didn't know about it, which really bums me out. Would have loved to come see you. Hopefully another time. Good luck on your show. Good luck on your tour. Sorry. Yeah, I think you have a couple more days, a couple more dates in Germany, and yeah, best of luck for those. All right, guys. Yeah. Linda, heat up your tea. Yeah, I need a little stove here on my desk. Should get me a little stove here. Because I'm not going out during the songs to heat up my tea, man. I'm listening to those songs with you guys, so I don't want to miss anything. We have one more song coming up. One more song from one of you artists for the theme show today. And then we have a little unusual encore, let's say. And the last artist for tonight is SIMMONS. Steven is playing one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite songwriters. And after Steven plays his song, I'm gonna announce who's gonna be the artist for next month. So do stay tuned, not only for the next artist, but of course for Steven SIMMONS from Nashville, who took the time again to play a song tonight. Steven, I think, has been on every Folktown show. I'm really happy to have him, honored to have him on the show. Yeah, Steve and I met, I think, twice in Germany while he was touring here, and I do hope he makes it over here again. Maybe together with Dave Coleman, when Dave is on his feet again. It would be lovely if we could all go back to the usual days of touring. Let's see what the future brings. For now, here's Steven SIMMONS with this beautiful, beautiful song. That I'm very much looking forward to. Enjoy.
Hey Folktowners, I'm going to be playing a Jackson Browne song. It's one of my favorite Jackson Browne songs, For Every Man, and it's about people that stay behind to try to make the place they live, their home, better rather than running away. It's come to my mind in my own country multiple times over the years, and lately in national news it's also been stuck in my head as the most brave, extreme example of people staying behind and protecting their home. Anyway, it's my version. Everybody I talk to is ready to leave with a lot of morning. They've heard the incoming down long enough to believe they've heard their last warning. Standing alone, each has his own ticket in his hand. As the evening descends, I sit thinking about every man. Seems like I've always been looking for some other place I could get it together. With a few of my friends I could give up the race, maybe find something better. But all my fine dreams, well worn out schemes to gain the motherland, all eventually come down to waiting for every man. Waiting here for every man. Make it on your own if you think you can. If you see somewhere to go,
for every man. Don't ask me if it shows. Babe, I don't know. Make it on your own if you think you can. Somewhere later on you'll have to make a stand, and you're gonna need a hand. Everybody's just waiting to hear from the one you can give them the answers. Lead them back to that place in the warmth of the sun where childhood still dances. Do come along, hold out that strong and gentle father's hand. Long ago I heard someone say something about every man waiting here for every man. Make it on your own if you think you can. If you see somewhere to go, I understand. I'm not trying to tell you that I've seen the plan. Turn and walk away if you think I am. But don't think too badly for those of us left holding the sands. Just another dreamer dreaming about every man.
That is not an easy song to play. Usually when I play that song on the piano, I always kind of stumble through. I really appreciate Stephen to play it properly, so I can see how it's done. Thank you, Stephen. That was a beautiful version of Every Man. Everyone's favorite Jackson Browne song, maybe. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in again for this, yes, a little somber, slightly sad, or, you know, just really sad episode of Folktown, celebrating songs of peace and war, and all of us hoping that this horrible, horrible invasion, this terrible war, will not be dragged out for too long. Not sure if I'm optimistic or pessimistic about this. Just having my hopes up. I hope to see, on the note of hoping, hope to see all you guys for the next episode, which will be next month, of course, last Monday of April, and that is April 25th. So April 25th we will be celebrating one of the giants of songwriting again. And to me he's just, yeah, a peaceful songwriter, if you like. Always get that vibe from him. And you may be wondering who I'm talking about. I shouldn't say so much, just give you this image here. Here's who we are gonna celebrate next month. So all you artists, get your emails ready to tell me which song you want to do. Next month we're gonna celebrate the great John Prine, who passed away pretty much 2 years ago. So I think this is a good reason to celebrate John Prine. And I know there's some artists here who can't wait to do this, so I'm really looking forward to this. And I hope all you guys will tune in again, tell all your friends, tell all your John Prine loving fans, fans and friends, that we're gonna do this next month. And even if you are not so much into John Prine or you don't know that many songs of his, I must confess, I'm not very familiar with John Prine. I know his last album and I know some songs. I listened to some albums, but I'm really looking forward to hearing a lot of songs I don't know yet, because I know there's many people here who know John Prine in and out, and I'm really looking forward to this. And today, oh yeah, before I forget this, I would just like to mention again that if you would like to check out any of the artists today, if you would like to support any of the artists today, you find all the links in the post description of this video. I think on Facebook it's above or on this side or below, depending on how you're watching. And yeah, Steven's writing, he knows a few of those John Prine songs. Yeah, please check out the artists, you know, buy their CDs, check out their live streams, tip them on PayPal, whichever is your way of supporting music. It's very much appreciated, and we all hope to see you all again next month. Thanks so much for all your love coming in here. It always means a lot to me also. I love organizing this show, and it means a lot that all you guys get something out of it. Before we end this episode, here's a little bit of an encore today. As you all know, we lost someone very beloved in the music scene. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters passed away way too young, at the age of 50. And so I thought we end this show with a Foo Fighters song that also fits the theme, and I hope you all enjoy it. It could be that Facebook, for some sort of license reason, is shutting us down now when I play this. Let's hope not, or maybe let's hope they do, because that would be awesome. But I'd rather watch this song to the end. So, guys, see you next time. There's going to be a couple of encores, so stay tuned. After the show, I will post some more videos on Folktown as encores to this show. But as the last song today, here's a little Foo Fighters for us all. All right. Thank you, guys, and see you next month. Bye-bye.